am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Who can play at that game? Oh my gosh! I got my first solo win!
Your own shepherd staff. Go ahead and reach for it, brother. Go ahead and reach for it. Grab it. Hey! Declare to you in Jesus' name that about you are not insignificant. You are not nothing. God has created all of you with your own unique personality.
Oh, did you catch it? It's a miracle fish. Where did I?
Oh my! Oh my!
3.
Wait for it. Yeah.
Come on. Wow. Are you kidding me? My man Seth in the chat right now. I prayed that prayer, and I don't know why, but I started crying. Yo, we need some Jesus hype.
There's hope every time, no matter what people say. Listen to God's report. God has good things for you.
I did it! Oh my gosh! The timing was amazing! Wait, no!
When this thing pops up, there's only one emotion. You just want to summit punch that monitor for the glory of God.
Ain't no party like the Holy Ghost party, cause the Holy Ghost party don't stop. Hey. Hello, my stream. We are here. We're already in the call. We're doing introductions right now. If you are here, say hello in chat. Hi, Saram. Hi, Brad. I'm gonna unmute in just a second. Let me see.
We go. Okay, Warrior of Light.
Okay, you should hear them now.
Yeah, my name is Warrior of Light. I'm originally from Minnesota, but moved out to Honduras because my mother and father-in-law are both pastors here. And I also run the Blessing Bolt, which is a event we do once a month to help affiliates or non-affiliates become affiliates. And just kind of hang out with people who are partners and affiliates as well.
All right. Webby Pumpkin.
Well, hello. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm Webby Pumpkin. I'm stationed, in Mississippi, and I cultivate the pumpkin patch. So we believe in pumpkin positivity, and what that looks like is that faith and hope and joy can be lent and borrowed. So we're just trying to leave this little corner of the internet a little bit better than we found it. And if you come in and you're missing one of those things, or if you have a little bit extra one of those things, try to dish that out to someone else in the community who needs it. Also, a podcaster with that B. Tony guy you heard from earlier. We do a podcast every Tuesday called Tangle Christianity, where we talk about all the things that Christians that agree about Jesus and agree about like trying to pursue him don't agree about, like the other things. So it's a lot of fun.
It's an awesome intersection there. Aristrella.
Hi guys, my name is Aristrella. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a Christian variety VTuber. I do art and all things that I feel like doing creatively, like artwork and singing and all that fun stuff. Super excited to be here. I've been following this game for ages, like I said earlier, and so I'm just really excited to talk about it more.
Yeah, this is going to be really great. And we had a couple come in while we were doing intros. Cozy Sweets, if you want to go first.
Yeah, what am I doing? Sorry, I'm over here like trying to throw in the Discord to make sure
it's going. Where you're from. You're good. Real quick.
I'm Sweets from Virginia. I've been following Gate Zero and have been a backer since day one. One of the original throw in the money to throw for and follow you guys. So I'm super excited about this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then Mama Brick Builds. Oh.
Here I am, I think.
Now we can hear you.
Mama Brick Builds just joined last year to be part of Reach. 6 kids. Really excited about Gate Zero. Had fun trying it out last year at Reach.
Yeah, awesome. Very, very cool. All right. So that handles the streamers that are part of this event, and I will turn it over to the devs. You guys want to take turns talking a little bit about yourself, the work that you do on Gate Zero?
Of course. I can start. I'm Arva. I'm the director of Gate Zero. Have been working on it since day one, and it has been a journey. I'm basically directing the everyday production of the game, trying to make it fun to investigate the Bible, which is for all of you guys. It's of course fun, but making it fun in a video game, which is supposed to be, entertaining and something you can experience and learn from and deep dive into the interesting world of the Bible with a little twist that you will see later on. So yeah, that's basically me. I'm based in Norway, so it's evening here right now. And
very cool.
You can go next, Andy.
All right.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Yeah, my name's Andy Anderson. I've been here at Templar and working with the BibleX team for about almost right at 3 months now. I actually talked to Arva and John 6 or 7 months ago, and timing wasn't quite right. So I ended up not working with them then. Timing worked out really well now, and working with Templar, and it's just so excited to be on the project. And it's great to see the game coming together and seeing the level of excitement that people have for it, and the patience that they've shown, which is much appreciated in gaming and not always common. So we appreciate the grace there. But yeah, I think this game can have a huge impact on the gaming community and beyond. So
Absolutely.
It's exciting to be part of this project.
Absolutely. All right, who's going next?
I can go next.
All
Hi, I'm
right.
Eunice. I work with Gate Zero as well as in marketing, community management.
Her sweater is so cute.
I think I've met some of you guys in person last year at Reach in Florida. Nice to meet all of you again.
Yeah, you met me. Absolutely.
I met you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Susie. Nice to see you, Susie. Yeah, so I've been on the project for, I think, 4.5 years now. Working, promoting this awesome game. I love my job because it's not hard to promote this at all. And yeah, here to see it through. And it's just, it gets me excited when I see the people who are excited for it as well. So yeah, hi everyone.
Good to see you again, friend.
Perfect. I'll jump in real quick.
Chad.
My name is Chad. I'm on the marketing team. I work alongside Eunice with some content creators. I'm sure I will talk to all of you pretty soon about this awesome project. And I am based up in Maine.
Very cool. Really nice to meet you, Chad.
My pleasure.
Awesome. All right, Arv, so what do you have for us today?
Yeah, so today we would like to share something special with you, something that we are super proud of. There have been silence for a while. We had a demo out before. We took it down because it didn't represent what we was making anymore.
Sure.
So we have been working hard and very much on the gameplay aspect of the game, and also created like last time. If you have played the demo before, you were playing in Jerusalem.
Correct.
What we'll show you today is further north and a very important location in the Bible, basically where Jesus lived for the last 3 years his life and where his ministry was based out of. So I'm excited to show you that, and also some things that you might not expect from a biblical video game that we will show you some sneak peeks from, and also we will show you some never seen concept arts from new locations that looks amazing. They're right out of the oven from our concept artists today. So yeah, we're excited about that.
Awesome. Well, let's get into it.
Yeah, so we'll have a stream you can watch put up here, which is
the Andy stream here, loading it in now. Got the title screen right there. Looks good.
Yeah.
If any creators have an
Got my
issue
shirt
seeing
on.
that, let me know. You can just pipe up real quick, but everybody should be able to see that
That
stream.
was a Superman moment.
Yep. And I will start by giving you a little bit. If you never heard about Gate Zero before, you might ask, what is Gate Zero, and what is the what is up with Gate Zero? Gate Zero is its first of its kind open world biblical action adventure game, which is something completely new. There is not a lot of these games out there, and our goal and what we are doing is making the first high quality Bible-based action adventure game, which means we are putting a lot of effort into it. We have people worked on a lot of AAA games. I'll get back to that a little bit later, that are in our team. So yeah, and we want to basically take the players back to the histories and the events found in the Bible, all set against the backdrop of the Roman oppression at one of the most pivotal and significant moments in history. And I can go a little bit back and share some highlights from the development so far. The early development of the game, as you may know, because some of you or many of you have been watching and following for a long time. Thank you for
Absolutely.
That has been a great support to us. But we have managed to capture the imagination of millions of people and achieved significant success, including amassing a large grassroots following on social media with more than 500,000 followers and 75 million views on our content even before anything is released. And we also did a Kickstarter campaign a while back that was funded in 79 hours, and we raised around 300,000 euros. And in addition to that, we have raised 6 million separately via donations. So there's a huge crowd, a huge potential, and a huge community around this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I think there's a lot of us here, a lot of the creators here, I'm sure we all know, there's a serious lack of true quality Christian video games in the space. And so we've all been watching this very closely and are really excited to not only see what you guys have done in the past, little while since a lot of us played that first demo, but just to see what's ahead. So thank you for taking the time to be here with us today.
It's a lot of money raised. That's awesome.
For letting me and for letting us share this with you, because we are super excited to share this. This is a fresh update with some. Yeah, we can go directly to the next stage and talk about the actual backstory of the game, because there are some new things here as well. We're still starting out in the future. That is like it's a time travel backstory here. You're traveling back in time from the future of 2072, and the world is controlled by Unify, United Futures Initiative. And their method is to control all history and information, filtering the past to shape a future that fits their vision of progress. And their motto is unifies truth, unifies history, unify for a better future. And you play as Max. After a time travel accident, Max, a rebellious teen, is stranded in ancient Israel. And he really doesn't care about the Bible or religion or anything. He just want to fix the time machine and get back home. Yet we see Max's view shift as he encounters what Unify has been doing in the past. So he must reclaim the real history and protect it before it's lost for all time.
It sounds like a really powerful story. There's an interesting mixture there because, like you said, he's a rebellious teen, doesn't really care about religion, just somehow found himself stranded in the past, and that impacts him.
Yeah, and that is setting the stage for a lot of interesting moments, basically, where we can investigate, explore the Bible stories in a brand new way, and the idea came from, hey, we want to go back to the source ourselves and let the player do that themselves, go back to the source and see it with their own eyes, and try to create a world where they can actually live and breathe and experience all of this themselves. So that is also the reason behind this backstory.
Awesome.
So right before we jump into the demo, we'll just talk a little bit about where we're at. So the demo we're sharing with you now is in the middle of the game, and up until now, Max he learned to survive in ancient Israel. He learns to evade Romans and also harness powerful time energy tools. He is helped by his cousin Hector, who is communicating with Max from the future. And Max recently met his new friend Eleazar during Passover in Jerusalem. But they ended up in prison with Jesus' cousin John the Baptist. And now they are traveling to Capernaum, the hometown of Eleazar and the site of much of Jesus' early ministry, to locate Jesus with the hope that he can help them rescue John.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So that is
awesome.
That's
setting the stage. Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
All right, so let's jump in.
Snap.
Are you...
No pressure, Andy. You're up.
No pressure, Andy. There we go.
There it is.
Yep.
You know, the first thing I noticed when we were doing the preview too is that just looking at that staff on Max's back. That's so interesting.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about that a bit later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
staff
hard to
is
not
cool.
notice that.
Not far now. I can taste the masmatsa already. Sounds good. I'm really looking forward to meeting your Emma.
You'll also meet my Uncle Baru. He's a bit different. He's weak. He can't walk and seems to have lost all hope since...
Since what?
Oh, something that happened a few years ago. To be honest, it's a bit sensitive, so I'll leave it at that for now. If my Ema were here, she'd say his soul is more sick than his body.
And there she is, Capernaum. Really beautiful.
May not be perfect. It sure beats that Machaerus prison.
And John's still there. I'm really worried about him.
Yes, but Jesus can free him. That's why we have to find him.
And if you find him, Max,
Yeah, this looks so
you'll also
good.
find unified corruption.
That won't be easy.
Of course not, but I'm up for it.
It's spring in AD 28, so Jesus should definitely be somewhere near Capernaum.
So, I guess the sooner we start, the better.
Exactly. Let's get on with it.
Just let me drop my things at this inn. I'll catch you up.
All right. The city's interesting, so take a look around. But when you're done, I'll meet you in the synagogue market.
Welcome to Capernaum, the city where Jesus performed many of the miracles described in the Bible and the place where much of Jesus' ministry was based for the last 3 years of his life. We are now in a Jewish land that is situated on the edge of the Roman Empire that stretched all the way from Britain to where we are now. And mirroring the oppression that Max experiences under Unify in the future, Israel and the Jews are also occupied and oppressed by the Romans. For Gate Zero, our goal is to create a game that lets the player choose their way to play, either satisfying action, tactical, and story-oriented players. For this demo, we're going to focus primarily on the setting, the environment, and the story with a dip into the tactical and story-oriented playstyles. Along those lines, we will start by showing you a quick peek at our stealth gameplay. And this poor, or not poor, but maybe more rich tax collector has been ripping off the locals, so we would like to get in and take something from his booth to help them. And many areas of the world are restricted to you, and there are several ways to solve these in the game, but this demo we are going to sneak in.
Oh, I love sneaking. Sneaking in games is so fun. And stressful.
Wow, loving the graphics. Beautiful.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, we're super proud of that. We have people from some similar games that I will share a little bit later that has been working on this. And as you see, there's many tools you can use as well to distract and harass the guards. And this will make the stealth experience feel diverse and up to the player to determine how they want to solve each situation.
I love this so much. That's so creative.
Thank you.
Especially the little eye at the top indicating whether or not you're visible to, you know, the people around you, basically. That's really, really neat.
Yeah. And throughout the open world of the game, there are many ingredients and resources you can explore to find and gather that will be used for crafting as well as upgrading weapons and tools. So, rumors about healings have been spreading like wildfire in Capernaum. There's something new that is happening in this world right now. And we are in a world where events unfolded that would go on to shape the core values, laws, and worldview of the Western civilization in the future. And to capture the authentic feel of this region, we have put a lot of effort into presenting this in a very detailed way so that the player can live, breathe, and investigate this world themselves. Gate Zero is an open world game with missions and side quests, and it's built by using the latest version of Unreal Engine 5 by experienced developers with backgrounds from games such as Red Dead Redemption, Assassin's Creed, that you might see, Grand Theft Auto, Maneater, and more. And you can talk to people along the road to gather information that you might need.
That is cool.
It's funny you brought up
Old
Assassin's
man
Creed.
Traveler.
My chat like immediately recognized. They're like, "Wow, that gives me Assassin's Creed vibes."
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, no, we're used to hearing that, and we like it.
Absolutely.
One Pruta. Here you go.
Baruch Hashem. Can I help you in any way?
I'm new here. Anything I need to know?
Stay clear of the Pharisees. They don't like Gentiles.
That's okay. I don't like them either.
Be careful, my friend.
I see there are some people in the chat talking about the staff, and you also mentioned that earlier. Max traveling to the past in a time machine has its perks, and Max and his cousin Hector, they have been developing ways to apply the time energy technology to give Max an advantage as he navigates the ancient past. And you can see the glowing staff and also his wristband, and with them you can detect dangers and things that don't belong in this world, corruption and information needed to uncover Unify's lies.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can see something there on the top of the synagogue. So we just need to find a way to get up there. What you saw there was our investigation view, which can be used to find things that are out of place and out of time, or valuable for the different missions.
Well, Spidey says, but Max says.
Nope.
Absolutely loving it.
Well, that was
Really
cool.
Fortunate for Max, for us, Max has developed some skills navigating the danger of his world in the future,
That was cool.
evading the forces of Unify, and he's a very athletic young man, and those abilities have been enhanced with time and energy technology.
Wow.
And among
that's
those
super
skills, he can do what we call the Eon jump to traverse longer distances.
Oh, that's so fun.
Like you see there. Yeah.
Now using the
Yeah,
staff. the
that's
staff
virtually
is awesome.
seamless. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like, the staff is like amazing. The whole movement is just fluid, nice and sweet.
All right, cosplays win, people.
So now we reach the main building in town, the synagogue, and from this spot you can see the very important Sea of Galilee, which is basically the nerve and the
It's so pretty.
the way people like fishing. It is a big fishing industry in this town, and down there you can see the home of the famous disciple Simon Peter. He had a big fishing industry going on, and we will be able to explore that also in the game.
Please tell me we can fish as well. Can we fish?
Maybe I cannot share that right yet.
So she's asking good questions.
It's a feature request. There you go.
Immediately. I'm like, please tell me we can fish.
I mean, it would make completely sense to be able to fish in a game full of fishermen disciples. So
It would.
yeah. And as you might see, I mean, this is the synagogue in Capernaum, and you can actually see traces of this synagogue if you have been there. I have been there myself, and you can still see the footprint of this synagogue. And as you might know, we are closely collaborating with historians and archaeologists to bring forward a very authentic version of this world.
Mm.
We want to make the best representation ever made of this world. And the historical accuracy also feeds into the gameplay, where Max is gathering information and facts about this world, and scanning evidence that he sends
Hi,
back
VG.
to the future
Good to
be
see you,
analyzed
girl.
by his cousin. And those are used to progressing the game, but also for completionists. Then you can find all sorts of both artifacts, fun facts, and everything you can think of from this world. It's a rich world with history even more, even thousands of years further back than this where we are now. So it's a lot to explore.
We love features for the completionists. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and this is perfect for them. So we will jump ahead a little bit in the mission. And
the gameplay looks so fluid and smooth.
I think did anything happen to the
Okay.
We lost
so it's not
the
just
primary
me.
stream,
I was
it
like,
looks
oh
like,
no.
Yeah.
Andy.
Working on it. I'm not sure what happened there. Hold on.
You're good. No worries. While he's working on that, yeah, Susie, I think it'd be a great time to maybe ask a couple questions that we had from the creators here. We'll go first with Amanda. Amanda, if you wanted to ask that first question you had there in chat, which I think this is a really good one.
Sure. So my question was, over the years, we've seen a number of Christian games launch but struggle to break through in terms of quality or longevity. What are you guys doing with Gate Zero to ensure it stands out and resonates with players for the long run?
Yeah, that's a good question, and that is very spot on, because that is basically what we're trying to solve, and what we are solving. We have plenty of developers from different AAA games working on this. You can maybe wait outside a little bit, and we basically treat it as any other game, but what we were missing was a good game that actually goes back to this history and this part of history, which is not out there. So why Assassin's Creed, they're going to all sorts of other locations and times in history. We are going to this history in our video game, which is just like any other video game. And we have some features later on that will kind of prove that to you. So yeah, just wait and see.
That's awesome. That sounds like a great question to transition us to the next phase of this demo.
Yeah, so now we are now going to meet Eleazar's uncle, and he is a little bit special. He cannot walk, and he experienced something a while back that was pretty significant to his life. So yeah, let's go inside.
Shalom, Uncle Baru.
Ah, Eleazar. Shalom, my boy.
I want you to meet my friend Max. We met on the way to Pesach.
Shalom, sir. I've heard about you from Eliezer.
Greetings, Max. I hope my nephew isn't trying to recruit you.
No, Uncle. It's not good for you to get worked up, and... Anyway, Max has only just arrived. Maybe you can look after him for a while I help Ima prepare dinner? I'll be quick.
Do you mind me asking why you said that?
About recruiting? Listen, Max. Don't get involved with the Sicari. It never ends well.
Eliezer said you used to be one. I guess not anymore.
Look at me. Not much used to the resistance, am I? Nor to anyone else, for that matter.
He said there was some kind of incident.
Incident? Well, I suppose that's one word for it.
Was it when you were in the Sicari?
You're pretty inquisitive, Max.
Sorry, but I hate people being oppressed. And as far as I can tell, the Sicari hate that too.
That's not the point. The incident you mentioned was horrible. So, when I say it never ends well, I speak from hard experience.
I guess it's a hard thing to bear.
I must have been through 1,000,000 if-onlys since that day.
And what's your conclusion?
If only I'd not been involved with the Sicari, none of this would have happened.
All right, so Uncle, he used to be part of the Sicari group in the past. The Sicaris is an organized group of Jewish assassins fighting the oppression of Rome, and yeah, he was part of that earlier, not anymore.
That's such a neat part of this period of history that, I'm gonna be honest, like I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, it's real and it's super fascinating.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What was that?
They've taken
Have you
the
ever
whole
heard of
thing. What are they up to?
Don't know. See if you can find out.
If you heard about the Zealots, Sicaris are related to the Zealots.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I love the tonal shift here where you saw obviously the interference and then just the whole
these
atmosphere changed.
Paw prints?
Yep.
Looks like
very
some kind of
seamless.
trail.
Wow,
So now
this
it
is
looks
cool.
like Unify has taken something out of the timeline, and we're using the investigation view to find a clue, what happened or where to go.
Ah, there you go.
That's good, Max.
I'm going in.
The Unify, they don't have the power to erase history, but they can hide, corrupt it, and obfuscate it so that people in the future, they don't know the real history. Unify remove information from the timeline and they keep it hidden somewhere out of time and space. And this place is what we call the Eon
Wait,
world.
that's so cool. I love that.
It's almost like a pocket dimension. That's so interesting.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good explanation.
A rip in the space-time.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So Unify, they remove information from the timeline and they keep it hidden in here. And this world was ripped open by Unify's attempts at time travel, a place where time and space are corrupted and
Remember,
the future and past
you're
collide.
looking for corruption, Max.
All right, I'm in. Wonder
This
what we'll
looks
find
really
this
cool.
time.
There's some kind of corruption ahead. Looks like Unify disrupting the timeline.
And Max wears a time energy device on his wrist, which can emit a beam that we call the Eon Ray.
That's kind of neat.
it's
It had
not
like a
working for
charging
some
sound
reason.
to it.
But there must be a way.
And the Eon Ray can be used to, among other things, destroy the corruption found in the Eon world.
That is really cool. Yes! That's so cool.
Well done, Max. That seems to have weakened the corruption.
Sure, but it looks like there's more.
So the Eon world presents the player with varied types of gameplay, including stealth, puzzles, platforming, as well as more action-based ways for the player to undo Unify's corruption and restore the true timeline. And these areas can be thought of like dungeons from Fallouts or the shrines from recent Zelda games. And the player will face some of their biggest challenges in here.
Okay, I was getting
There's
kind of
so
like
much gameplay
Zelda
potential in
Shrine
these areas.
vibes.
Like you talked about some of the different ways that you could approach puzzles. There could be enemies in here, like all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
interesting.
exactly. We're more free, more creative liberty in this world, kind of. So here we get our first glimpse of the time energy-based enemies that was teased at the end of the trailer that we published this summer. And Unify, they can't travel back in time themselves, but they can project energy back into the past in the form of the Kairos, which is time energy-based creatures that are sent back to disrupt the timeline. And these Cairo Wolves are just one of many creatures Max will have to overcome on his journey to restore the past and save the future. So these Kairos are guarding the next objective. We now need to reach to destroy the corruption. And this objective can be tackled in many ways. For this demo, we're going to use a combination of stealth and agility.
Nice.
Yes.
So at the conclusion of this Eon world, the mission and the well is returned to its proper place in the timeline. And the reason for Unify was interested in the well in the first place is because it is an important location for spreading rumors in town, and the word of Jesus' healings spread very quickly around the well, and they wanted to stop that. So we are going to jump ahead again, and I can answer a question in the chat in the meantime.
Yeah,
so there's
absolutely.
There's one about, does it teach you about the the events in the order that the scriptures talk about them, like a history lesson with a fun take on sneaking around. I mean, the game is chronological setup for the most part, and it is. I mean, it is more so that you're actually investigating and exploring these and uncovering these things, and also helping the real version of history to happen in a way. So yeah, that's it's kind of correct, but it's more so it's less of a history lesson and more of like investigation and actually.
It's a good question from Jockerbro, and it's so you're more like protecting the timeline, protecting the integrity
Yes.
of the timeline.
Yeah, exactly. But it is definitely also a history lesson, because we want to treat this as history. We want to treat the Bible as history. It is, I mean, it is true. It happened, and we are going back to this part of history to uncover it and basically bring it back to the future.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Andy, your stream crashed, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah,
or not, but
having some challenges here.
you're fine. No worries. No worries at all.
Discord be like that
It's
sometimes.
like I'm hitting the shortcut to go ahead, and it's like losing focus on
Totally fine.
the stream. It's
Totally
really weird.
fine.
I'm not seeing this.
We have a special shortcut, hidden shortcut for jumping through the different sections of the demo, and it might interfere with something on Discord. We haven't experienced this before, but yeah, we can
that's totally fine.
use the time to answer more questions.
Yeah. Susie, why don't you ask your first question there? I think is really good. I want to come back to P. Tony's question, but I want to ask that after the demo's over, because I feel like that one's going to take a little bit more time to answer.
I don't think so, Pop.
Well, I'm sure the answer to this question is definitely dependent on the success of the first launch, but with the amount of biblical content that is possible to cover, think David, Moses, is there any vision beyond this first game to potentially add DLCs, expansions, or even a completely additional game?
It's a good question.
Yeah, so that's a good question. I mean, as you said, everything depends on the success of the first one, but our long-term goal is to create the whole life of Jesus first in actually a few games, not just one game, but divided into more than one game. And after that, the potential is huge. We don't have specific plans after that, but there are definitely ideas running around in the team about both Old Testament, but also to take on a journey together with Paul. So yeah, I mean the possibilities are endless.
That's incredible. Thank you. Amazing.
Is my stream
Perfect
back?
timing. Perfect timing.
Possibilities are
Perfect
endless.
timing, yeah.
Okay, we're back.
I'm
Also, hello, Pac. Hope you're
Why
doing
so
well.
early? It's not. You slept late, so if we don't hurry, Jesus will be gone. Understood, but have you talked to your uncle about Jesus yet?
Uncle who?
Baruch.
Never heard of him. Is he a friend of yours?
What? Stop playing games.
Games? I've no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, I've got to get water, so you get ready.
Ah, so we see that the things can change.
Did
then.
you notice that? What did he mean?
I'm not sure. But maybe you should check on Baruch.
Yeah, seeing things like the flood or Moses parting
Hello?
the sea would be so cool.
Baruch, are you here?
We'll
Baruch?
see. We'll see.
No sign of him. Look at this place. Covered in dust. That's odd.
You're right. Looks very different. Keep your eyes and ears open.
Where's he gone? Either he was paralyzed or just a good actor.
No, he was paralyzed, all right.
Well, let's ask the others.
Done my chores. Are you ready?
Where's your uncle?
I haven't got an uncle.
Stop it. I was with him yesterday. So are you. Are you going mad? He's buried outside. What?
Interesting.
How is that possible?
Very simple. He's dead.
Are you serious?
I love the
Your
dialogue
uncle's
options.
dead.
I'm not going to
Yeah,
joke
there were
about
like
that,
3
am I?
different routes there.
He
I
was
just
killed
considered
in
this.
a raid on a Gidim house.
But I thought he was injured.
How would you know? You've never met him, so how could you see him yesterday?
It's obvious
Hope you
what's
feel better,
happening
Pop.
here, Max. Apologize and get out of there.
You're right. I don't feel too good. Must be something I ate. Perhaps I should get some fresh air.
Yeah, as I mentioned, dialogue is an important part of the game and one of the 3 major player types we want to satisfy. So you can basically in different scenarios you can talk and use dialogue to affect the different parts of the gameplay.
I think that was really neat, and it reminded me a little bit of Horizon Zero Dawn. That you have like the 3 different routes that you can take based on how you react to each situation. Very cool.
It's on our list of inspirational games, actually.
So one of the best. So that's awesome.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump ahead to where Uncle is, and let's search for him.
It is not liking this Discord interaction for some reason.
Yeah.
Try not to hit people.
Whack them with the staff.
That's right. I'm gonna have to end my stream again. This is so crazy.
Would the NPCs interact if you did hit them?
No, they will not.
Okay, that's a good question. I was wondering that.
Not these
Can we
NPCs.
hit the NPCs?
Maybe.
There was a very specific way he answered that, wasn't it?
This man has been PR trained.
That's right.
No, I'm just natural talent.
Nice. That's funny.
We have someone
Yeah.
in our chat saying like Rafiki from Lion King where he hits Simba.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Similar stuff. So yeah, going back to where we are now. Before everyone, they suddenly denied Uncle Baruch, as you saw, and Eliezer and Max, they had gotten the idea that Jesus can actually heal him, as they experienced all the healings and heard all the rumors about the healings. But now Uncle is missing, and we need to find him.
This is the place.
Okay. Is there corruption here?
So Unify, they can not only take at wells, houses, and information, but they can even take people out of the timeline by trapping them in the Eon world and erasing the recent memory of them and making it look like they're dead. And that is what they did to Uncle Baruch. And we will, just for you and the people watching your streams, we will now show you something that we usually don't show.
Ooh.
That looks like it.
Yeah. Baruch must be in there. I'm going in.
Special
I'm with you.
preview just for us.
Yeah, we usually skip this part, but we will go in there and just get a little sneak peek of this
Yeah.
other Eon world, which is similar but different. So this is where we're going to look for and find Uncle Baruch and rescue him and put him back at his correct in the timeline. So this world is basically, I mean, the Eon worlds, as you see here, they are corrupted version of the ancient worlds. So you can find similarities and architecture that are inspired, but they have their own unique looks that basically make us as developers able to be super creative and make a lot of different types of fun and rewarding gameplay, both puzzles, traversal, and a lot of different things. So
What's so cool about this to me is this is a character that we spoke with, we had built some relationship with in the game, and so there's emotional investment in like, wow, we got to save this dude.
yeah, exactly. And the emotional investment in this guy in particular will be even bigger as we jump into the next section, and you might now have to stop your stream again, Andy.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
Because we're now approaching
I've learned. I know now I have to stop my stream before I can actually do the shortcut.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. This is a Discord exclusive
I
feature.
saw animals.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
we'll
those
not
wolves
talk-
again, right? The time wolves.
Those
Yeah.
were the Cairo wolves.
That's cool.
I did
Time
like the
energy.
corruption part that was where parts of the building were missing.
Yeah.
Dracobro had another good question about speed. Are you excited for the speed running community to speed run the Bible?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, it's a good idea to speed run, but I think you also
to
should
my,
pay some attention.
Friend's house.
Right.
So sorry. My friends, they believe her.
Here.
That you can heal him.
Are you guys seeing my stream?
See that?
Yes.
Please forgive us. We shouldn't be here. I shouldn't
Oh, yeah, there
be
we go.
here.
That's true, Rabbi. He's got a past.
Friend, your sins are forgiven you.
My sins? Forgiven?
Yeah, if you didn't understand, now we're back and we rescued Uncle and we brought him to Peter's house where Jesus is staying.
What about his legs?
Only God can forgive sins.
Why do you think evil in your hearts? What is easier to say? Your sins are forgiven, or stand up and walk? So that you shall know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins. I say to you, stand up. Take up your bed and go home.
And my legs?
So good. I like want to clap. It's so good.
You can forgive sins.
Miriam,
Wow.
he's healed.
What?
So cool to see it from this perspective.
Ugh.
I'm literally hearing this.
Yeah, seeing this in a video game is just unreal.
Eliezer, what was it your Emma said about his soul?
That his soul was more sick than his body or something.
That's right.
Yeah, so now we know that Uncle Baruch was the paralytic man famously and miraculously healed by body and soul by Jesus. And unified, they wanted all records of Jesus' miracles destroyed for everyone in the future to believe that good things only come from them. That is why they
Wow.
tried to remove Baruch from the timeline, yet Max has restored the timeline in this instance and the fight continues. So that concludes the demo.
Wow.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Incredible.
I think that specifically is a really nice dovetail into P-Tony's question. And P-Tony, if you would like to, Peter, I would love for you to ask that.
Sure, thank you. Wow, what a flattering introduction. Okay, I wrote this out because words are hard, and I'm just going to read it.
Words are hard.
I love that Gate Zero invites players into the world of the Gospels. The Reach community includes a wide range of Christian perspectives, non-denominational, Baptist, Episcopalian, Catholic, Evangelical, Orthodox, and more. What I'm really curious about is how your team thought about theology while writing. Did you root the story in a particular Christian tradition, or are you trying to branch across many? And what helps you navigate that balance?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and something we have been working and thinking a lot about. So we have a rule in our team, and when we make this game, which is we never put words in Jesus' mouth, which means we follow the Bible, and our goal is to basically convey what is there, what is written in the Bible, and Jesus' words are exactly the same as they are written in the Bible, and everyone around him is the same. The further away you get from Jesus, we have to take some creative liberty and putting on some backstory here and there. For
Makes
example,
sense.
on Uncle Baruch, which is the paralytic man. He's only described with one sentence in the Bible, so we assume and talk to biblical scholars and archaeologists to understand what could be his backstory. So there we put some additional things, but the game is non-denominational, and it's basically our goal is to just take you into the book of the Bible and tell that as clean and clear as possible. But yeah, I understand that question is coming up, and I think the only way for people they have to evaluate themselves, and that is also what we say. I mean, even if you're a believer or a non-believer, try it. Go back in time and then experience it yourself before you judge Christianity and the Bible. Experience yourself with your own eyes and see this piece of history. I mean, we have a very historical approach as well, because we work with archaeologists. We have a person on the team that is actually going down there every year and excavating different parts of the Holy Land. So we get his comments on everything we make, and also evaluate things with him so that it gets historically accurate, which is super important for us. I don't know if that answered your question, but that's the approach.
Yeah, thank you. That was super.
So
thank you.
cool.
I think that was great. Absolutely fantastic
Yeah.
answer. We got another question from Susie, if you want to ask your second question.
Oh, let me scroll up. So many now. Let me see. Yes. Could you put into words the experience you're hoping to for the player to have, from the gameplay to the music, the emotions of seeing the story? What are you hoping people will feel and experience when they play your game?
I mean, I heard some of the viewers and some of them watching now, they at least almost cried. Did you cry?
I cried, dude. Yeah, I absolutely.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
That last bit.
I definitely cried.
I almost teared up.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
That's so powerful to see that.
I was tearing
that's
up,
really cool.
yeah.
Almost everywhere.
That is what we want, people to get emotional and touched by the story. And I mean, if you read the Bible, it's the most powerful book, and it's we don't want to replace that, definitely. But we also believe that the younger audience, they will also later on, when they are inspired to read the Bible by the game, when they read the words, they will actually be able to put some images on it and actually connect it to real people, and also understand more of the context that the Bible was written in, so that they can understand when Jesus used all the parables, you can see that all of the parables is actually taken from the local locations and areas and situations around Capernaum and Galilee, because it was a lot of fishing going on there, a lot of farmers, and about the seeds and the soils and all of that. It's basically because he actually walked on these streets and these roads between the small towns in Upper Galilee. So we're trying to bring forward a world that makes sense to people, so that they also then can get to know and be emotionally attached to these people. And then when you actually get to the conclusions of the different missions, you start to cry.
Yeah. And I know you said you're obviously not looking to replace the Bible, which is obviously amazing, but for millions of people around the world, they would never pick up a Bible and read it, but they would pick up a game and play it.
Exactly.
Yep.
And hopefully pick up the Bible after they play the game.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
It's a starting point, which is beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Draka Bro, did you want to ask your question about multiplayer?
Oh, yeah. So someone in chat wanted to know if you will have multiplayer or co-op in the game.
Yeah, it's the game is a single player experience, but we had a feature that was like the first development. The game started out, we were developing Bible exploration experience for a huge international youth group. That was a mix of both gamers and other people, for youth between 13 and 20 years. And so we made an experience where they gathered in group, and one person was playing on the PC and the rest was sitting behind as backseat gamers, interacting with the game on their phone. So we want to bring that feature also to this game, but it depends on the resources we have. But the main game is definitely a single player experience. But I mean, we dream about something where we can actually collaborate in the future, though. But yeah.
Absolutely.
Is it gonna be like you do a quest to unlock multiplayer type of feel?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
It's kind of neat though. Thinking about the future and like future possibilities depending on how the game does, I think that's a really really powerful thing. X Saber, you had your question answered by Arv in chat, but I want you to give the opportunity for everybody here to hear it. If you don't mind, go ahead and ask that again.
Which one? I asked two.
We'll start with the first one, just talking about Unreal Engine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you said you were using Unreal Engine. I was just curious as to, during your time of using it to create the stuff for the game, if there were any features for her working with it that popped out as like being super easy and, I guess not so easy, but like really beneficial, and then if there were any that were just really difficult to use coming from a developer standpoint.
I mean, Unreal Engine is a very, very well developed engine, and they are maybe most ahead on developing their technology. So, I mean, all the graphic features are super neat, and the open world feature, like the world partition systems and so on, is super great, and lighting is very good in Unreal Engine. But I mean, it doesn't matter if you have these tools because you need people to use them. So, I mean, it's a lot of effort put into it, creating it like this, and we have, as I said, people with experience from Red Dead Redemption and Assassin's Creed, especially in the art team. We have a lot of people that has been working on several Assassin's Creed games. So, I mean, it takes skills and experience to create amazing games. I can't remember anything that was super bad about using Unreal Engine, to be honest. We're super happy about choosing Unreal Engine because, yeah.
Talk, are you here? Did you understand any of
bugs
that?
and problems everywhere, but you will never create a game without
the developer
going
side.
through that.
Yeah, everybody's seen the recent issues that Borderlands had with their launch, right? There were some issues surrounding performance and optimization, but I'm sure that you guys are aware of that and are working on that. And
oh yeah, and that is always a balance between like every. I mean, the question we get the most is when will the game come out, and I will just say now that we cannot answer that because we don't have a date yet that we give out to the public. But I mean there's always a balance because we don't want to release the game before it is optimized and working and it's a good experience for the players. But there's also a lot of pressure on releasing. So I mean, I guess a lot of developers are facing that hard balance.
Sure, absolutely. Mama Brick Builds had a great question from chat. If you have a chance, I'd love for you to read that.
Yeah.
Mama Brick Builds, whenever you get a chance.
How you doing, River?
Alrighty. I'm trying to find
Good to
it
see you,
as well
River.
scrolling.
It's all good. I can read it for you if you have trouble finding it. No big deal.
I got it. A big problem with games and player complaint seems like eventually it comes down to travel time to and from quests and travel times in general. So if it's going to be a walk everywhere on quests, that will be tough unless there's something to do wherever you walk to. And then they're wondering if there were going to be mounts to ride.
It'd be cool if you get donkeys.
Yeah, good question. I mean, we call ourselves our own version of open world as like a semi open world game, which means it is open world, but it's also smaller islands. So we have the Capernaum Island, and we have some concept art that we'll show pretty soon. Maybe you can prepare that, Andy. That shows you some of the other islands we have. So you're not traveling between those because that is long distance, but inside those smaller areas you can travel. If we will have like vehicles or mantle or not, I cannot answer at the moment. But yeah, we will. The challenge is definitely a challenge for open world games, and we will we will fill the world with interesting activities and things to do for the player as they're traversing around.
And Garba, I'm going to jump in because I do have a hard stop at 4, so I need to drop off soon, and I do want to be able to show those cool art shots we've got. So do we want to jump into that real quick?
Yeah, let's do that since you've
Okay,
got a
let's do
hard
that real
stop.
quick. Yeah,
100%.
I apologize for that.
No, you're good. You're good, Andy. Thank you for calling that out. We're excited about all of this. So.
Okay.
So we are these are just very fresh and
Oh, the sea.
I'll showing you. This is
No, is that
the
mountain? Yeah, those are
location of
mountains.
Ghana. This is not. I mean, it looks like if you went in here and played, it's not optimized at all. This is concept art, where we are exploring the style and the how we will build the different levels and locations. And this is Cana, which is more famous for being the location for the first miracle that Jesus did, which is turning water into wine. And you can see there is some wine districts or wine, what do you call them? Wine yards here up on the hill. And yeah, so this is one of the other levels, one of the other small open world islands. And if you go to the next one, this is further south in Israel, down by the north side of the Dead Sea. And the Jordan River, and also the famous place where the Israelites walked into the Holy Land for the first time, that later became the site where Jesus was actually baptized by John the Baptist. So this is where the wilderness, where this, many people see him like more of a crazy guy living out of the eating locusts and living in the nature, John the Baptist. So in this area, we will make his camp and other interesting point of interests as well. So this is a further up view of Jordan River, which is running all the way from Capernaum, which we saw earlier, and down to the Dead Sea. And I mean, this world is filled with interesting Bible events. So we will fill this world with a lot of those experiences and encounters. And this is some fresh looks at some other types of looking Eon worlds, basically. And you can go to the next as well, I believe, is the same type. So this world is contrasting the more historical, accurate ancient worlds with more creative and corrupted worlds that tells another story.
Dude, that last shot
stunning.
there. That's so cool.
That is really cool.
Very, very neat.
I'm beyond excited. Oh, I'm so giddy.
That's cool too.
On that note, guys, I am
Andy,
going to
thank
drop.
you for your time.
You guys keep
Thank you so
going.
much.
I really appreciate you guys having us.
Thank
This was
you.
a lot of fun. Sorry
Yes.
for those few tech things. I got to figure out what happened there.
No, you're good.
Hope everyone has a great weekend.
Yep.
God bless you.
Thank you so much.
You did amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, Andy.
And obviously, I want to be respectful of our Eunice, Chad, all yours time too. If any of you guys have a hard stop coming up, let us know. But we've got some awesome questions to get through also.
Yeah, let them come.
All right.
I have time.
Banana is a Hannah. You have your questions up next. I tagged you.
Hello. I was wondering, how much of Jesus's ministry is Max going to get to experience? And would we be able to lurk kind of behind the scenes in some of his sermons or miracles?
Yeah, I mean, most of this is kind of actually behind the scenes in a way. I mean, everything you do you saw the cutscene there at the end. Everything up until then is kind of lurking behind the scenes and investigating talking to people, what they actually think about this new crazy guy that actually heals people and claims to be the Son of God. And you get to experience how people actually reacted when such things happened back then. So we are basically taking you into the behind the scenes of everything that happened. And our goal was to create every event described in the Bible throughout the different games we're creating. We are creating the first game now, and that includes, I can't remember exactly how many, but maybe 20 to 30 events. Some of them will be like displayed in more detail. Some of them you can hear about from talking to people. Some of them you can read about finding evidences that you scan. So there are different like immersion of how you will experience them, but we try to include as many as possible.
That's awesome. Just for the sake of clarity and just kind of going through these, I'm going to read the name of the creator that asked the question. I'm going to ask the question, and then if you guys have follow-on comments to Arv's answer, feel free to unmute and just kind of pipe up. So the next one is, we got one from Drakabro that wants to know if it teaches you about the events in the order that the scriptures talk about. Is it like a history lesson with a fun take on sneaking around, or are we going to be jumping around as we're going through the timeline?
It is mostly chronological, or almost only chronological. Sometimes we have to do a little bit creative liberty there, but you're basically following the chronology of the Gospels, so that you start when early in Jesus' ministry, when he's baptized by Jesus, and then you follow out from there basically.
That's awesome. Very, very cool. Mama of Three Dinos, views were asking, says her chat was asking, what inspired you and the team to develop this? What was the journey like while working on this game?
It was basically, that's super simple. It is the amount of people reading the Bible is being less and less, and we basically understood that. I mean, when the Bible was when the book press was invented, that opened up for everyone to actually read the Bible, and we kind of see this in a similar way, that if gaming is one of the biggest mediums out there. It's bigger than the gaming industry is bigger than the movie and music industry combined. So if we don't make the Bible available in a gaming format, then young people might never read it or hear about the Bible. Yeah. So that is the core motivation.
It's such a neat, and this is just like a personal add-on. And Mama with Three Dinos, if you have anything to add, by all means, please do. But somebody in my chat mentioned Adventures in Odyssey, and that was really impactful for me as a kid. It was a radio show that kind of took you through scripture. And so this is that kind of for the modern generation. Like it's such a neat thing.
I loved Adventures in Odyssey. I've been to the museum in Colorado. It's so cool.
It's really, really neat. Really, really powerful. Pastor Susie asks, do you guys have a target age for this game, and what age do you think children could play and comprehend?
Good question.
So our core target audience is 15 years old, and before people go to college, we want to
so 15
make them able to travel when they're studying with this in their luggage. I mean, their Bible experience from the game. We are aiming towards a 12-year-old age limit. But we also see when that said, we see that the audience actually interested in this is far bigger. I mean, the main group that interacts with all our media and so on is between, I believe, 25 and 35 or something like that.
Sure.
So, yeah. But we're aiming to make it so that younger generation can actually understand it and grasp it and also have fun with it.
That's awesome. Then Pastor Susie's next question, he also wants to know, are you building a replayable gameplay loop, or is this meant to be just a single shot, like a one shot? Is it like an ongoing D&D campaign, or are we just doing a sit down, play through it once, and you've done everything?
I mean, you can... if we will have additional content, we don't know yet. I hope we will, but it depends. We're putting all our resources in to make a successful first release. But we're also making that release with some. I mean, you can choose different in dialogues. You can take some different approaches here and there. So you could play it again, definitely. But I mean, it is one experience at the first stage, basically.
Yeah, which makes sense for a first time.
Awesome. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Estrella asked, what is the creator's relationship with Judaism that he was inspired to focus on that aspect of the Christian game? And I think this was talking about the zealots and bringing that portion of that history into the experience.
Yeah, and I have a person in chat that asked that, who is a resident in Israel and is like a very active Jewish person. So
that's really cool.
That question's from him.
I mean, Jesus himself were Jewish, and we just want to acknowledge history and basically bring forward the real version of history. And we are in a Jewish land, and we want to be respectful to Judaism and basically just tell the story how it is and how it is described in the Bible. So we are referring to the Old Testament a lot of time. We are talking to, as you said, I mean, the history around the Sicaris and the Zealots are super interesting and fascinating and fits perfectly into a video game. So yeah, we want to have the different facets of this, the culture, the political spectrum, I mean, if you go to the temple in Jerusalem, that was what we explored first, and it will be part of the game in later chapters. But I mean, the temple is huge. The Jewish temple, like the second temple, Herod's temple, is a extremely fascinating and important place for both Jews, but also for like the cultural, economical, political aspect of the ancient land of Israel. So we basically want to try as much as we can to bring forward that world, basically, so that you can live in this world.
You're fleshing it out, right? There's
Exactly.
so much to the actual world that is, part of that history, part of that section of history that's important to explore and can just be so educational. It's really, really neat.
Yeah.
That's awesome. This is a question that Drakabro asked, and I think got asked again. So I'm going to ask it here. I'm going to give Drakabro credit. And then I think P. Tony also asked this. What translation or translations do you use for the words of Jesus and others? And what made you want to use those specific translations?
Yeah, so we want to use those that are most commonly read and kind of approved by most Christians. So we use at the core we use New King James Version, but the writing style in that is a bit old. So we use similar translations that are very similar, but use a more modern language, so that we can actually, what Jesus said can almost just be copy and paste into the script for the voice actors of Jesus.
That's awesome. Very, very good. And Petoni, if you guys, if you guys have anything, feel free to jump in, just unmute and pipe up if you have any follow-on questions. I'm just, like I said, for the sake of time and just trying to go through, make sure we get everybody's words covered. Feel free to pipe up. Okamira had an amazing question. It says, when writing the story of Gate Zero, where do you get your research and inspiration from? Is it just from the Bible, or do you also use other sources? You mentioned archaeologists. Are there any other inspirations, and could you tell us a little bit about that?
Other inspirations than archaeology, is that?
Correct. That was what was in the question. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we are building upon, first and foremost, what is written in the Bible, and then archaeology, and all sorts of different archaeology sources. And we are also, of course, inspired by other games, all sorts of other games. But yeah, the main resources for the world we're building is for example, for our team, they have collaborated with archaeologists and historians, and they build their understanding on that, and they further then develop. I mean, we cannot create everything one-to-one how an archaeologist would build it, because it doesn't fit like a gamified version of it. So everything is built upon build upon that.
Thank you. That's really cool.
That's awesome. Very, very cool. Lunathist asked what I think this is a really cool question. Is there a possible opportunity for us to play as biblical characters like the disciples that would help Max, or is it just Max that we're playing as?
That's a good question.
We're just playing as Max, but he's interacting a lot with the different other
swapping.
characters.
That's
Awesome.
so cool.
And then my favorite question that's been asked so far, this is from Okamura's chat. Will there be stray animals that we can pet or give snacks to as part of being a good Samaritan to others?
Please, hidden goal, a hidden what's that thing?
People
that
always
Steam
want to
does?
pet the pets, pet the animals.
Where you
Little Easter egg. Yeah, hidden.
Yeah, a little task, like you get an achievement. You get an achievement for befriending animals or something like that.
Yeah, there will definitely be Easter eggs, but I cannot say what those will be. But
He cannot
yeah.
say.
There you go. I like the fishing question earlier too, because it's
Yeah.
The fishing question.
Oh man, I don't know. Something about fishing in
It
video
leaves
games.
us
is a lot of fun.
curious.
Yes.
I mean,
somebody
we
asked
get-
about fishing.
We
in
get
the game.
inspired by these
if there will
feedbacks,
be
so
fishing.
let them come. That is really good.
Will there be hunting?
Not at the moment, but personally, I dream about that as well.
Or like foraging and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, foraging.
We have
Yeah,
crafting and upgrades at least. So if hunting will go into that depends on resources, which is a very boring answer, but it's the truth.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Banana Zahana asked from her chat, will there be a distinct ending to the game? Or are you planning to leave it like explorable after completing the main storyline? Which is, it's a great like open world question. There's a lot of open world games have this point of no return, right?
Yeah.
Where something that you do forever like sets you on the path towards the ending of the game. And then if you want to go back and explore, you can go back and explore from that point, but then you have to go basically back in time. So is there a definitive ending and you can explore after, or is it going to be something more like that? Which is,
Yeah, I'm not able to answer that in details right
Totally
now. It is a bit too early to say, but I mean, exploration is important for us, so we at least want the player to explore as much as possible, and there is side quests in the game as well. So exactly when they will be available throughout the main story, I'm not sure, but at least we wanna make people able to explore.
All the
This is
RuneScape
another great
players are
chat
asking about tree
question.
cutting.
Are there any secret little biblical Easter eggs hidden throughout the story? We saw scrolls and some collectibles and things. Like, will that be?
Oh yeah, plenty.
Very, very cool.
Many.
I have one asking, will we be able to bring artifacts from the present to the past and vice versa to preserve the history and truth of the word?
I mean, when you're scanning them and sending in them to the future, you're kind of doing that. Not the opposite way though, but the whole narrative and the whole objective is to basically bring the past back to the future and give that understanding and
Yes, sir, said
the
those.
real version of history to the population living in the future.
It's live behind the scenes.
Aristrella had a large list of questions. I don't know
It
how
was
much of
combined
hers.
with chat, so I was just
So,
compiling them.
well, I was gonna say if you
Also,
want to just
welcome. Hope you're
take
doing well,
those and go
Sethos.
for a bit, you can ask away. I don't know how many of these have already been answered, so
Oh, you're fine.
go for it.
Welcome in.
Alrighty, so
We're in like a Q&A section right
what
now.
was the hardest hurdle in developing the gameplay within Unreal Engine 5?
I mean, in general, it is hard to develop gameplay, but that is not because of Unreal Engine 5. That is mostly because of making games is not easy at all. So Unreal Engine 5 has just been a great opportunity because there's also most of, or at least a lot of developers these days know Unreal Engine, so it has been beneficial to use Unreal Engine because people can easily jump into to the project.
Yes,
so,
basically set those.
Kind of, yeah, because so many developers knows it already. But the hard thing is the actual making fun mechanics and so on, despite
Awesome.
of which engine you use.
And then, is there going to be a cross-platform save data function in any capacity? So, if there is a plan for console/PC release, is there a way to play like on a stream deck or play remotely, stuff like that?
That is very detailed. I would love to say yes, but I don't want to promise if there are technical issues when we come to that point in development that will make us not able to do it. But if it's not, I mean, if it's possible, 100% yes. I mean, it's important. And the game will be on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Oh, awesome. And then I'm just gonna kind of cut through other questions for brevity's sake. What's the process for the sound design for the tech that you guys virtually invented?
You mean the Eon Time technology?
Yeah, like all the sound effects for when you do the beam, or if you're scanning, or anything that's unique to the technology in your game. Like, how did you conceptualize the sound design?
Yeah, that is a question for our audio the sound designers, but I mean they have their inspiration and they have their I mean there's a lot of there's a lot of inspiration to draw from other games about this, but in general our sound design is based upon ancient sounds, ancient musical instruments,
That's cool.
and so on. So there might also be some inspiration in these more time travel worlds, Eon worlds, that is also based on that.
That's awesome. And then I got two more for you if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
It came up in chat where is there an opportunity to explore the game and achieve an alternate/untrue ending, or is it limited to a singular timeline of the game itself?
Yeah, there's two stories in the game. It's the biblical story, and then there's Max, the player's story. And the biblical story is kind of, we know the ending, and we will not change that at all. But how Max experienced it and how his story will end is not set, and there can potentially be some alternatives to that and how that develops.
Oh, that'd be awesome to see Max get baptized, to go from an unbelieving person to a believer and getting dipped in the water. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, I mean he has his own development throughout the game where he goes from not caring at all about the Bible to understanding that this is important for some people, to actually maybe think it is a little bit interesting himself, and further on from there.
Yeah, and my last question is, as a youth leader, I love the idea of using the video game to teach the kids that I lead. So would it be realistic for there to be a dedicated teaching devotional kit type approach to talking about this game?
I mean, that was how the project started. It changed a little bit more towards a single player experience, because that is the way most players will play it. We make, for example, a journal or codex where you can replay different sections of the game and use them more, as you said. Based on the success on the first release, we might be able to create additional features that fits onto those scenarios. And I would love to do that, but I cannot promise that exactly right now, other than the things we actually have in the game already.
I do actually want to piggyback on that last question, Aristrella, because not only did Aristrella ask that question, Pastor Susie has a question from Miss Snow White in chat asking about if the game would include footnotes or a Bible study kind of deep dive. And I had somebody in my chat, Prepony, ask if there would be something in the game where you can gain access to faith formation tools, like a daily devotion app or like Bible app.
Faith formation is peak.
Yeah, it feels like there's a real natural intersection there, and I'm sure whether that's YouVersion Bible app or some sort of companion guide that, I think about youth pastors, I think about people that we could rally behind this. There's so much opportunity, I think, there for it to be kind of a natural intersection between Gate Zero and having some supplementary tools, and for the fact that it wasn't just Aristrella that asked it, but we had a question from Susie's chat and from my chat. There's definitely something there, and not that you need to promise anything now, but just a feedback note.
Yes, it is. I think it would be in the back pocket.
if there was like a Bible reading plan that you could read alongside it too.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, you're preaching to the choir here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
would love to do that myself. We actually have a reading plan out on the Bible viewers and Bible.com app about the temple that is based on the game, with some cutscenes and material from the game that you can explore. It's called Explore the Epic Temple in Jerusalem. Just look it
Awesome.
up. Reading plan.
Very cool.
But yeah,
Very cool.
I like
There was a lot of
all
excitement
that
around
you
that, and
said.
I wanted to make sure we honed in on that a little bit because I was just like,
Yeah.
man, that's
Yeah.
neat to see that the people rallying around that
Well,
right
we
away.
have somebody
this
in-
is kind of a
in
silly one,
Pastor
fun one from
Susie's chat
Jacobro's chat.
asking
Says, are you
or
going to add
saying
an
we could
Easter
do
egg
an
where if you get
XP
too
group for
close
it?
to Jesus as he's speaking his sermon, causing Max to be thrown back to a checkpoint?
Oh, that's funny. That's a funny question.
Please, that'd be so funny.
Don't break history, bro.
Bro, I want Jesus to side eye me. Go, you're not supposed to be here yet.
Yeah.
It's not
I
your
mean,
time.
There were people touching Jesus' garments and they got healed, so maybe Max has a similar experience. I don't know.
That would be funny. That's
But
amazing.
we would like to create Jericho and the ability to, if you actually walk around the walls of Jericho 7 times, everything falls down. I mean, there are
That's awesome.
ideas like that.
That would be
I
awesome.
cannot promise that, but we're dreaming about Easter eggs like that.
Yeah, I have somebody actually saying, is there any encounters with Jesus in Max's future timeline?
Ooh. Saw that eyebrow
yeah.
raise.
Because I was like, ooh, that's a good one.
That's
a good idea.
Spicy question.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Someone is asking,
What do you
have
mean,
you or your
Sethos?
team felt any spiritual growth while working on this game?
Oh yeah, I mean, interacting with the Bible every day, it is. I mean, you get kind of used to it, but it's also extremely, what do you say? Important to be humble, and you learn. If you aren't humble about this and in the right, I mean, it is the parable of about the different soils and the seeds that fell into the soil, and the soil where it actually grew up and had some fruits, where the soil that was the last one that was deep, and that was like a humble and poor heart and poor in spirit, where you actually don't think you have the solution to everything. You need help. You're basically humble in yourself. That is where you can get help and make success in this, and also in your personal life. So that is extremely important to the whole team. Hard work and be humble.
I think that's
so cool.
actually I had a question and I was looking for a natural spot to kind of ask it, but the question that I have is for you and for your team. How do you guys find rest and avoid crunch? Like what are some good habits that you guys have to make sure that rest is part of your routine to keep that creative energy fresh?
That's a too hard question to answer.
Yep.
No, I mean, we have Andy that was in here earlier, and we have 2 more producers that helps organize the team. That is the most important thing, to organize everything in a good way. And we talked about this recently. We have our whole team is more than average interested and bought into this. So they would do whatever they can to make this happen. That could be like something that makes us organize less and kind of don't care that much about organizing everything. So it's a good experience developing it. But I would say opposite is like it's a good baseline to have that perfect situation where everybody is
absolutely
super interested in doing it. And then if we organize everything well, on top of that, we also get much further and can make a much greater game for the kingdom, and we can also not have that much of crunch. But we actually did some crunch this summer, to be honest. But
it's unavoidable in a lot of ways, but yeah, it's definitely important to have those habits.
It's a good question.
I like this question from Susie. Will the creatures from the future only attack Max, or will other NPCs also be attacked by these creatures?
Yeah, I cannot talk about that at the moment, to be honest.
Totally
We will
fair.
have more.
Totally fair.
We will have more.
There's been a lot of
more
I
about that.
can't comment.
Any boss encounters in the game,
answers.
such as like those time wolves with bigger and scarier mechanics to dodge, so on and so forth.
That also belongs to a part of the game I don't talk about yet.
Sure,
But
totally fair.
they smile now if you see. So
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. P. Tony had a great question. Asked, "Are we concerned about people modding this game at all?" This is from P. Tony's chat.
No, we're not concerned about that. I'm not sure
I
if
don't even
we
know how
will
people
be
mod
open
stuff.
up for that. I don't think so.
And this question from X Saber is asking, "How do you optimize performance while also making sure quality doesn't get sacrificed?"
That is a very well-known workflow that every developer uses, which is basically be super thorough in every step of development. We have built out very strict rules for all the art we make, and also how that is put into the engine. So, and if you have, if that basically comes down to having experienced artist, for example, that is. That has the ability to create amazing looking art in a very efficient and optimized way. So
sure.
I wish I had some of the art team and the tech art people here to answer that, but
Ideas
that's
for
my
a future event.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have another session down the road.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okamira had a great question, and this is actually really relevant to me as someone who has there's a really awesome dude in my community that is blind in one eye, so he's got some trouble navigating and things. So yeah, will there be a form of objective reminders or path navigation system to help those who are directionally challenged, or will there be a colorblind mode for the game?
Yeah, pretty
Good
much anything
question.
for people who are
Accessibility.
challenged.
Yeah,
I
like
mean, we will-
accessibility features.
Yeah, exactly.
I cannot speak to every details about the accessibility features for the game, but in general, accessibility is important, and we want to follow the principles of other games there to make it able to be played by as many people as possible. But the exact details I cannot talk about yet because we haven't come that far, basically.
Sure, totally fair. Webby Pumpkins chat wants to know, we mentioned obviously PC, Xbox, PlayStation. What about Switch?
That's a good question. We have confirmed Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. We dream about other consoles, but we cannot confirm that yet.
Sure, totally fair. Totally fair. All right, let's see here.
I'll ask that question.
X Saber wants to know, what is
Sethos.
a design choice that you specifically are particularly proud of that most players might not notice?
The whole. I'm very proud of something we haven't showed you yet, which I cannot talk about.
Absolutely, that's fair. No, that's awesome because it's just like,
and-
man, the best is yet to come.
But I'm also proud about the evidence things and how that kind of connects to the different parts of the game, and the whole thing that the whole mechanics around Max is actually going back to this world and not only experiencing it because he wants, but he's actually forced to be there, and then he develops, and then he also understands that he has to save the information and bring that back to the future, and all the mechanics around that is, I think we have done a really good job on actually taking biblical events and making them into interesting and fascinating game mechanics.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, and then there's second question: how do you filter your feedback? How do you choose what to ignore, and what feedback do you take seriously?
The things that everybody says is something you should probably listen to. Like, for example, will the game come on Xbox? So that we have already listened to, and the game will
Sure.
come to Xbox. That was the single most asked question in social media for 2 years. But yeah, other than that, Easter eggs is also very much asked about, and we want to do that. But I mean, a lot of ideas are super cheap. Everybody can come up with an idea. The challenging part is to make that idea into something that works in the context of the game. So it could be something that can sound like a good idea, and the good feedback might not fit into the overall. So we have great designers that are working on making the thing as a cohesive experience. So yeah, and we are super serious about feedback because we believe that the user is right. So we do play tests where we actually like bring in feedback and evaluate what we did, and so on.
Okay. Bananas and Hannah, you had a few questions here. I want to give you time if those haven't already been addressed for you to ask those.
Okay.
We're coming close to the end, Arv.
Yeah.
No worries. This is very
So it's already been answered about PC and console. So for Steam players, is it going to be mouse and key and then the option for controller?
Yeah, mouse and key and controller, yeah.
Okay.
Both on
do you
Steam and console.
Okay. Do you have an estimated time of how long it would take to 100% the game?
Yes, between 10 and 20 hours, I would say. I cannot be more accurate than that right now, but in that realm.
Okay.
Plus maybe plus additional content.
Okay. So with the time machine broken so that Max can't travel back to the future, how is he still able to communicate with his cousin?
Yeah, he has technology that is time travel technology that still works, but the time travel machine itself is broken.
Okay. So you said that Unify themselves can't go into the past, but Max managed to get a time machine to get himself into the past, and you have the time wolves. How can Unify not go back into the past, but Max could?
I mean, that is a bigger narrative question that kind of reveals some of the, what do you say, like plot things, storyline. But there are some. I mean, Max's family has been involved in the development of time travel technology. So his family is kind of very into that and has been like.
So he steals it from his dad.
Yeah, kind of. Not steals it, but yeah, it's part of their family thing, which Unify has interest in, but it's not. They're not that far yet.
Okay. And I know you said that you can't give like an exact date of release, but do you have like an estimated timeline of how much longer it would be before it's available to the public?
I can say that everyone on this, every streamer here will get information about when we actually release a date or like have a date ready. But right now I cannot say anything. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a question everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
Everybody can't wait.
Thank you.
Nobody
I just
can
have
wait.
I just have one comment. Does anybody think that Max kind of looks like Arv? Just saying.
Self-insert. He kind of reminds me of what I think David would look like, a little bit, like young David.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, exactly.
I nominate Aki for Goliath.
That's a running joke. I'm tall, Arv. That's why I'm 6'3". So
Yeah.
everybody's. It's funny.
You're welcome to be scanned for the game.
There we go. Hey, listen. You need any of that? Let me know.
Aki
I
is
like this
actually
question from
very
Amanda
tall.
Souza. Is there going to be a skill tree for the main character?
Yes, it will be.
All right, there you go, Sethos. There will be a skill tree.
And then, do you have any ideas? Like, what are you guys targeting
Very cool.
for game price? It might be way too early to ask that question, but
I can say
That's a
premium
PogChamp.
price, but more details than that I don't know yet, unfortunately.
sure. Totally fair. Totally fair. And then I have one question from my chat. do you have a list of voice talent? Like, is there anybody really cool in the game that we can be excited about, or is that something
Shut
you
up
guys are
and
keeping
take my
close to the
money,
chest
they
still?
say.
We're keeping that close for now, but
Okay.
you will definitely hear about in the future.
So good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
To that question, would there be potential to meet the cast since we're doing a developer talk like this? Would it be like, and I guess this is a conversation for Reach and BibleX, like, would there be an opportunity to do a Q&A as well with the cast, as that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
popular thing for conventions to do?
Yeah, definitely. That would
So,
be a
basically, are you coming to
possibility for
Reach?
That would be cool.
They were at Reach
Yeah, I mean,
last year.
I cannot promise that
Side-eye?
right now, but it will be a cool thing to do, definitely.
Awesome. Okay, I have a couple questions as we're approaching kind of the end of the time here. So the number one question that I want to ask is for us as streamers, as content creators, as people who have influence in our communities, what is the number one thing that we can be doing to help you at this point?
Spreading the word.
Spread the word.
Wish list on
to
Steam, so on and so
Wishlist on
forth.
Steam. Yeah, wishlist on Steam, spreading the word, making
Oh.
people aware of the game, and
sticky
yeah,
notes.
that is the single most important thing to do. We also have a Discord server, and we have social media, and the more we can, I mean, we have a lot of followers already even before we have released anything, as I said at the start. But the more we can show people that this is something that people really look forward to, then I mean, success drives success. So the more success we can have in the numbers on social media and
There's their
wishlist on
link
Steam,
tree
the better. So
in chat. All the links.
I think this interview has sold this game to a lot of new people in chats today.
Which is
That's so cool to
fantastic.
hear.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
Exactly.
my chat's like all excited for it now.
That's
As
amazing.
we-
take my money already.
Same here.
As we close our time today, what can we be praying for you and the team for?
I mean, we definitely need the help to solve real hard design questions, and also have the blessings and help to get the right people to work on the project. We have a few open roles. We need more people, a lot of skilled people. So, and yeah, basically in general, pray for the people working on this, that they can be humble and work hard.
That's awesome.
There you go, church.
Awesome,
Be
awesome,
praying.
awesome. Anybody open forum? Anybody have any last comments, questions, concerns?
Someone asked if, and I mean, you told us one thing, but they said, will we be able to witness or take part in communion at the Last Supper?
That would be in a later game. It will not be in the first release. That's an interesting idea, I would say.
Somebody
we
just
had
maybe
that
gave 'em
part
an
in the
idea.
demo we made a few years back. Then that section was more of a cutscene. But if it will be actual gameplay connected to that, could be a fun, or not fun, but more serious Easter egg maybe.
I imagine that would function like in Kingdom Hearts 3, where you're trying to crack the egg into the dish when you're baking with Remy. Like, there's a function where on your PS4 controller, you have to. I know on PS5 controllers they have haptic feedback, but you have to, like, actually masterfully use your controller. So that could be really fun. What is it? Inclusion for haptic feedback on like controller users to like break the bread and then sip the juice
Definitely.
or wine.
Yeah.
That'd be so
Cool
cool.
idea.
Very
Yeah.
immersive.
Very immersive. I agree.
So you mentioned earlier that you guys have raised $6 million already, and then you also mentioned for a few
Insane.
ideas, like it depends on resources. Do you guys have a financial target of like, if we had X amount of dollars, we could make everything we've ever dreamed of possible? And if you're comfortable, what is that number?
Yeah, I unfortunately I cannot share that here right now.
Yeah.
But we might share more information about in the future when we have sorted out there. I mean, we are in some. I mean, we have a publisher, and there has been a lot of updates and moves in the right direction the recent 6 months, which is a publisher Templar Media, that you probably heard about. And there's also more things happening on that end. So we will share something around that in the near future.
Cool. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Arv, if you don't mind, I would love to close our time together in prayer.
Yeah.
And then Susie, if you wouldn't mind leading us, brother, I would really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, sure thing, man. Want to pray now?
Yeah. I mean, unless anybody else, any last call.
Just
all right,
thank you so much for spending this time with us today. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, genuinely.
It's been
Arv,
really, really cool. I'm so excited about this game.
you and Eunice and Andy and just the whole team, thank you guys for making the time to be here with us today. I don't,
my pleasure.
I don't take it for granted. It's just a really, really, really neat opportunity to sit and have this chat. So
This is a
I
wonderful
really appreciate all of your
dream come
questions
true.
and great feedback, because it's amazing. It's hard to make a game, but talking to you guys is actually really encouraging.
Wow.
Oh,
Thank
there
you.
was one last question I didn't ask. I apologize. Warrior of Light is reminding me. In the original game demo, there was a moment where we could have the audiences interact, with the smartphone and everything. Is there a plan to have a feature like that in the release of the full game?
There is a plan, yes, but that part is also dependent on the resource boring question or boring message I had.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, Susie, if you don't mind, I'd love it if you close us out, brother.
Yeah, let's pray together. God, first and foremost, thank you for the innovation and the creativity you have given this incredible team. God, what a beautiful way to spread truth in the gospel in a world that wants to shy away from it and turn it down. First and foremost, Lord, I pray for their team. I pray for just like Arve said just a few minutes ago, just a resurgence of encouragement, hope. God, I pray for new ideas. They talked about, just the difficulty of navigating problem solving. God, I pray that you would just help them to tune into the wisdom of the Holy Spirit to help them navigate all the incredible challenges of making a video game of this caliber. God, I pray for wisdom, creativity. I pray for joy. I pray that as they continue to study your word and make a game around it, that it would be life transforming for them. And Holy Spirit, I just pray for just an outpouring of your provision. God, I pray even right now, already begin it to put on the hearts of donors and other people that need to be a part of financially supporting this game. I pray for us as Christian content creators and all the Christians who are listening. God, maybe join in the mission. This is more than a video game. It is the advancement of the gospel. And so I pray, Lord, that you would just use us as the body of Christ to push this mission forward so we can see people who would maybe never walk into a church and maybe never pick up a physical Bible, but they would play this game and they can experience the life-transforming power of Jesus. So, God, I pray favor, I pray for provision, and I pray blessing, and I pray you would continue to use this team to do your work, we pray. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Amen.
That prayer was powerful, man.
Let's go. All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you to all of the chats. Thank you to everybody involved. And again, if you guys aren't already following Gate Zero on all of the social media places, please do so. You can get with your creators for links. Like Arvi said, there's a Discord and much more to come. So thank you guys so much for taking your time to be here today. And we're excited.
Thank you all. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much,
All right.
guys.
Thanks, God bless y'all.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh boy. All right. Wow. So good. Oh, let me turn my mic down now that I'm gonna talk louder. I was trying to keep my voice quieter. But guys, so good. Put a 1 in the chat. I think my husband's having people put 7s. We're in my chat, in XP chat. If you would play this game, put a 1. We'll fight the 7s with the 1s. But yeah, I'm so excited for the game. It looks so incredible. Just so much has changed since we first saw it. And so I want to share the link again. So for those of you here in stream with me, you can find all the links in this link tree link. And so you can join their Discord. You can start. They have a Bible reading plan. You can wish list it on Steam. You know, there's all the links that you need, their website, everything is all on that link tree. So 1000% encourage you guys to check out that link tree, check it out. This game is going to be incredible. We don't know when it's dropping just yet, but we know when it does. Oh, it is going to be so good. So you guys do not want to miss it. Make sure you at the very least wishlist it on Steam. Yeah, and then of course as we continue to find out more, I'm sure we'll continue to share the news with everybody. Seems like a very new thing. Like, anybody played a Bible? Yeah. To my knowledge, I don't think this has been done. I know that there have been Christian games like that have been created, but to my understanding and knowledge, I don't think any of them have received the amount of traction and eyes and excitement as Gate Zero has so far. I could be wrong, but according to my understanding, I don't believe so. So yeah, just really, really awesome. They've been working on Gate Zero, as you can imagine, for some time. And so just to see the little ways in which it's progressed, even since the last time we saw the demo, is so awesome. It just keeps getting better and better. So just very, very excited to see it. I see you, Valerian. What's up, Valerian, watching on YouTube? Good to see you. But yeah, man, so good, so good. It's a bummer they can't get it on, at least as of right now, on Nintendo, but we all know Nintendo's problematic and difficult, so definitely a bummer. We had the demo. That's so true. We had the demo at SquadCon Texas 2023, and that was 2 years ago. Yeah, that was the demo in 2023. So they've been working hard behind the scenes for quite some time. So yeah, to see it like continually progress has been just really, really, really awesome. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. I'm going to make sure it's wishlist on my Steam, because yeah, got to make sure it is, you know, it is up and all the things. Imagine how much more people they can reach with the gospel via gaming community. Exactly. And that's what a lot of people were saying. Sethos, I think you missed it, but they played a scene in the game where they have, they're lowering the paralyzed man through like the ceiling, and Jesus, he's teaching in a house, and they lower this paralyzed man through the ceiling, and then Jesus, you know, tells them like, 1, your sins are forgiven, and 2, pick up your mat and walk. And like, everybody who was in the Discord call was like, I have tears in my eyes. I had tears in my eyes. And it was so powerful. Like it's kind of like the similar, like watching that kind of stuff in The Chosen. If you guys have ever watched any of The Chosen episodes, it's like the video game version of The Chosen, which is just such another cool way to experience the Bible in such an immersive experience. And it's so good. It's so good. It's just so good. Is there a way for me to watch that scene? Unfortunately, well, yeah, actually, you can just watch back this VOD. I don't think it's anywhere where you can watch, but you can watch it on these VODs. And so Twitch VOD, it's on the church's YouTube channel, because I am live on YouTube. So yeah, you can go back and rewatch it, and you can see the scene for yourself. Definitely recommend. And also for anyone who came in late, definitely encourage you guys to go back and find that, because it was powerful and so good. So, and yeah, you'll see like in the beginning, like there is sneak effects and just all the really cool just features in the game, and it's gorgeous. Like the maps, the scenery, the graphics, it's all gorgeous. So good, so good. Aki and family will be putting the whole thing. Yeah, so there you go. So Aki's gonna have it. It's already on our YouTube channel, because we're live on YouTube right now. So it's up there. It's up there. So you can find it there. Hello, Ella Rondell. So good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Oh yeah. Somewhere in the VOD. Yep, somewhere in the VOD. The one and only, wait, why? The one and only Creepy Pro. First of all, that name is something, but hello. Hope you're having a good Friday. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the lurk. That is a funny name, man. I love that. But guys, I think that what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to raid Pastor Susie. I don't know how much, actually, let me ask him in chat how long he is going to be streaming. Yes, there you go. Let me ask, how much longer are you streaming? Okay, so he's going down. All right. So, yeah. Okay. So I guess let me see if there's anybody that we can raid before we go. I want to see who's alive. But yeah, any other questions, comments about Gate? I don't think Influence is going to be staying live much longer either. Oh, Quiz King is live. Quiz King, if you guys watched last week, Quiz King was in the Challengers of the Realm Reach Rivals. I played him in the semifinals and he beat me, and then he was like, see you at church tomorrow. And I was like, you know what? I'm glad you beat me. So let me see. He is he's actually opening some Challengers of the Realm, it looks like, and playing Pokemon Crystal. So we'll raid Quiz King. Raid him with them green apples. What? What does that mean? What does that even mean? Yeah, I'm assuming that Pastor Influence isn't. Oh, he already ended stream. He already ended. So there's that. Okay. All right. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to raid Quiz King, so don't go anywhere. Let me go ahead and get the raid started. Oh, I can't type it in his chat. I got to type it in my chat. The Quiz King. All right. So let's do it. So let's raid the quiz, and this is of course just for Twitch. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, of course you won't be raiding with us, but just so you know, we're raiding Quiz King on Twitch. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that command started. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I know it's a very chill stream, just watching and hanging out with the developers of Gate Zero, but it's just so good. So I hope you guys are excited for the game. Hope that it just got you just so pumped. But yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you tomorrow for church on Saturday. Before I go, let me show you what's happening here at XP Church. All my ladies, we have a craft event tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're making felt pies. Yeah. We already made some earlier today. We got this meetup in San Diego on Saturday, October 18th with Pastor Susie and Pastor AJ. They're doing a meetup for TwitchCon. You don't have to be going to TwitchCon to be able to join, but that is happening on October 18th, 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific time. We have our Halo community event happening on Saturday, October 5th at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and then a Repo community event, kind of like a bonus event, on Friday, October 31st, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, we have Saturday service tomorrow, 1 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you guys there. But love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great rest of your Friday. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.